Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of Colour and Chat World of Flowers. So we're carrying on with this page. I've done all the leaves, as you can see, and most of the flowers and the butterflies. So we've just got these 3 flowers left to do now. I'm going to start with these ones, and I think I'm going to do a very similar colour to this so that it evens out a bit. So I'm just going to choose my colours now. I've got lilac in the Prismacolors, Palmer Violet, and Violet. So these are the 3 colours I'm going to use. So I'll start off with a light layer of the lilac on these flowers here. So I hope everybody's well. The weather here is still very cold, and we've had a small amount of snow the day before last, and because it was still cold yesterday, it didn't get to melt. And this morning when we woke up, there was black ice everywhere, so it was a little bit dangerous on the roads, and walking my daughter to school was a bit treacherous as well. So although my daughter is loving the weather, it's a bit of a pain to get out of the house. So there's a little hill to walk up after I've parked up the car to my daughter's school, and they never ever seem to ice it. I don't know why. So it was really hard to get up the hill with the pram and walking as well. And I think a few people complained to the school because we got an email about an hour ago to say that the school doesn't have responsibility for icing the surrounding areas, which is annoying. So we just have to make sure that we're careful. And I'm really excited because there's a little deli just down the road from me that serves lovely food and coffee, and I've just started to get into their chai lattes, and they're quite expensive to buy. So I tried to buy some chai latte from my local supermarket, and it just doesn't taste the same. So I asked them in the deli what chai they used and would it be possible for me to buy some from them, and they said yes, and they ordered it for me, and it came this morning. It's a massive bag. No one asked me for ages. And I microwaved the milk. I use oat milk, use the chai, and it tastes the same as the one they do at the deli. So I'm really excited about that, because now I can have as many as I want in the day, and I'm saving a little bit of money because I'm not going in to buy one. My husband's happy about that as well. So I've had one already this morning, and I might make myself another one this afternoon, which is excellent because it's such a lovely drink. And like I said, it was really hard to find anything that tasted the same. They said they got theirs from a wholesaler, so I obviously can't buy that myself, but they were really kind and ordered me a massive pack. But obviously I'll still go in the deli because at the weekends we like to go in there as a family, and my husband has a coffee and the children have something nice, like a nice cake, because everything's homemade in there. But I won't hopefully have to go in every other day when I get my craving for chai latte, because I'll be able to make it at home. So yeah, I'm very pleased about that. I go from wanting a coffee to wanting chai. So if I can possibly get something at home that tastes like the lattes I can get in the coffee shops, then I'll be very happy. So yesterday I had some happy mail, which is nice. Got some new supplies, which I will make a separate video about, because I haven't decided if I'm going to order something else yet, and I want to leave the video in case I do order it, so I can film everything in one video. But I haven't opened it yet either, so that's something exciting to do. And it's Thursday today, so the weekend is approaching, which means I will hopefully get some time to do some filming and some colouring, because I haven't had much colouring time this week. And I want to pop into our local Hobbycraft at some point, because I still need something to go behind the books to cover up this awful table that my children use to eat off and do art and crafts on, so it's well used. I might go to Hobbycraft tomorrow morning after the school run and have a look and see what they've got. Have a look at the art material, obviously. We've just recently had a Hobbycraft opened not too far away from me. In the last, is it 6 months, maybe more? The Hobbycraft I used to go to is in a town that's about a 30-minute drive. So I didn't get to go there that often, because there's nothing else there, just a Hobbycraft. But the new one that's just been opened is about a 5-minute drive down the road, which is great. It's not as big as the one that's in the big town, but it's okay for small things you want. And there's also some other shops there, some clothes shops. So I can go and have a look in the shops while I'm there. And do some dots, I think. Should I do some in the middle? Do some in the middle. Yeah. So I did all my cleaning this morning. So knowing that I would like to have a morning off tomorrow to go and do a bit of shopping and having a look around the shops, so I thought I'd get all my cleaning done today, and then I won't feel guilty about doing it tomorrow. My little assistant was trying to help me clean, but she kept slipping over in the on the wet floors, so she wasn't happy about that. And she's gone up for a nap now, so I thought I could pop on and do a bit of colouring. Right, so this one I'm going to use where's my blush pink? Pink and magenta. Okay. So I'll start with my lightest colour, which is blush pink. I think I'll do the bits in the middle darker colour. So I'll just go around the edges first with the blush pink. So last weekend we took a trip to IKEA because we're thinking of redecorating our living room and just wanted to get some ideas of some storage and some furniture we could use, because we've got a very tiny living room and now we have 3 children and all their toys. We don't have much room, so we went to have a look at some storage, and I grabbed a cushion to sit on because the chair I'm sitting on now is really quite hard, and I thought when I'm doing my colouring chats and my videos it'd be nice to have a cushion to sit on. And I grabbed a few other bits. My daughter got some pens. So yeah, it was so busy there. I think everybody decided to go to IKEA that day. But at the end we got our hot dog and chips, which we like to get at the end of our shopping on IKEA, because if anybody's had them, they're really nice. That was quite successful. And we also got to watch the new Mary Poppins last weekend. My husband works in film, so he had managed to gain a copy on DVD, because Mary Poppins is still on at the cinema at the moment. So he managed to grab a copy of Mary Poppins on DVD, and we got to watch it at home. So we got all cosy and got some snacks and watched Mary Poppins in the afternoon, which is really good. It was ever such a good film, but I felt like I needed to watch the first one again before I watched it, because it sort of kept mentioning things that happened in the first one. But it was really good, and my daughter really enjoyed it. So I'd quite like to see that again, properly this time. And maybe, like I say, watch the first one and then watch the second one afterwards. I really recommend it because it was ever such a good film. So this weekend, my in-laws have just come back from a 6-week trip to Australia. I believe they went to Melbourne, Perth, Brisbane and Sydney. And I think they also stopped off at Singapore on the way. So we haven't seen them for 6 weeks. And they went over Christmas, so we didn't see them over Christmas. So on Saturday, quite nice to go and see them, and I'm sure we'll hear about their trip. They've got family over there. They stayed with some family part of the time, and then some of the time they just, I think they rented a cottage and they stayed there, just the 2 of them. But I believe it's really hot at the moment in Australia, so they've come back to minus temperatures. So they must be absolutely freezing right now. And also trying to get their body clock back because of the time difference. I know my older daughter's looking forward to seeing them. We FaceTimed over Christmas and they were looking very brown. So I'm sure they've got a lovely tan. And then my husband's got a work thing next week, which means he has to wear a black suit, and he only has a blue suit, which he wore for our wedding. So I think we're going to have to go shopping at some point, so get him a new suit. And we'll probably get to do a bit of shopping as well, the girls and I, while we're there. that's our weekend planned. And then yesterday, got a cockatiel. Her name's Daisy, and I've had her for about, she must be coming on to 18, 19 now. And for some reason, her beak grows. So every month we have to take her to the vets to get it trimmed because she can't eat properly when it's too long. So I had to take her to the vets yesterday to get that trimmed again. We stopped off a little garden centre on the way back, and there was a cockatiel there, and he was, I think he was 24, so that's really quite old for a cockatiel. I think the record for the oldest cockatiel was 30. The man who owned this cockatiel at the garden centre was telling me that cockatiels in the wild only live till about 18. So my cockatiel's an old girl now. Just thinking of what to do in the middle. I think I'll carry on with this magenta in the middle bits. And what colours do the middle bit? I'll do this bit here, magenta as well. So I'm looking forward to going out and buying the Colouring Haven magazine. I think is it Colouring Haven collection, because it's got Kelly O'Gorman in, and it's called, oh, what was it called? Yeah, I can't remember now, but I know that it's, I think it came out yesterday, so I'm going to go and have a look tomorrow. We've got a magazine shop that hopefully will sell it. I haven't seen any reviews or anything on Instagram or YouTube at the moment, so I'm not sure if it's out, but I'm sure it said the 23rd that it came out, which was yesterday. So I'm looking forward to having a look at that, because I'm liking Kelly O'Gorman at the moment and her work. But I know it's going to be printed on quite thin paper, and I don't get on very well with the thin paper. I just don't seem to be able to make it work, but I'll have a try. Right, the middle colour, I think I might do black cherry to tie in with these flowers. Black cherry, let's have a go. And then dahlia purple. Yeah, that looks quite nice, doesn't it? And then I've just got these two flowers now, which I'm going to do the same again. I feel like that needs some white dots. I'm not sure where though. Maybe in the middle. Yeah. Right, so these two, I'm going to use my mulberry again. Ooh, mulberry. mulberry and dahlia purple and deco pink. Yeah, so I'll go down with deco pink. So I've got a work in progress at the moment in the ivy and the inky butterfly. I'll show you actually. Because as you know, I'm working slowly through this book. Here we go. So I decided to do these flowers all different types of blue. And I just want to do a pastel background in the back to finish that page. But these ones here, I'll bring it a bit closer up to the camera so you can see. The white ones, I used Posca pen to outline, and then I used the lightest blue that I'd used in the flower to just go over the Posca pen, which I thought gave it quite a nice effect. And then I'll be onto this page, which I'm not sure what colours I'm going to use yet. I was thinking maybe sort of a rainbow, so blues and reds and oranges and purples and just a mixture of those colours, but I'm not sure yet. I'm still thinking about it, because I also thought it'd be quite nice maybe to do a black background covering up these little spaces. That's not my favourite page, I have to say, out of the book. And then I'd like to choose something maybe that isn't Johanna Basford after this. Although I am loving Johanna Basford at the moment. So what's mulberry next? I think I'll do the shadowing in the middle for this one. Oh, I'm just going to sharpen my pencil. So I filmed my supply and storage video at the weekend, which should be on my channel if you haven't seen it already. And it got me thinking about all the supplies that I've got and how I am not really using them. So I'd like to try and have a go at using all the pencils I've got. I did recently sell one of the pencil sets that I had. I think it was the Marco Renaults, or I can't remember what it was called. But I sold that set because I just wasn't using it. And I thought I could use the money towards a Holbein pencil, which I'd like to get. I don't particularly want to sell any more of my supplies because I think everything I've got left I like. I'm just not using them, which I think is the case for most of us colourists. We just buy, and then don't use it all. We have our go-to favourite supplies, which for me is probably the Prismacolors and the Polychromos. And then the rest of my supplies just get hidden away. So I will try and get them out and use them a bit more, especially my gel pens. I don't tend to use those very often. Blending very well, there we go. That looks a bit better, doesn't it? So I'll do the little bits inside the flower, the mulberry colour I think. the middle of the flower in a minute when I finish this one. So I need mulberry. Such small flowers, it's quite hard to colour them. There we go. And then blend it in. So Valentine's Day is coming up soon. I'd like to do a Valentine's picture, maybe a Valentine's colour and chat picture. I think, is it this book or the Ivy and the Inky Butterfly book? There's a heart which would be perfect for Valentine's. And use some nice reds and some pinks on that. Just going to sharpen this one. I think I'll use the light colour in the middle for a change. And just finish off with a bit of processed red. There we go. Just going to try and blend that in a bit more. I'm not very happy with that. It's better. Right, so all the flowers are done. So all that needs to be done now is the background, which I think I will do off camera because I'm not 100% sure yet of what I want to do for the background. I've got some stencils which I haven't really used yet, so I'm thinking, is there any way I can incorporate them into the background? And maybe do a very light purpley pink background as well. I'll have a think and I'll post my finished picture on my Instagram channel, which is Holly Ann Colouring. And I'll leave it there for now. So, thank you for joining me. I'm sorry it was a short colour and chat, but I didn't have much to do. I think I was a bit ambitious and doing a lot of it off channel. But I'll be back with my next video, probably showing you my new supplies. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye!